FinThrive, which was known as InThrive back then, before your recent rebrand, which, by the way, we covered as part of HitMech, you guys chose to bring in an interim chief marketing officer rather than bring on a permanent one. Rick, why was that the right move for the company at the time?
In one word, velocity, right? We needed to move very, very fast. To hire a marketing executive of the caliber we would need, typically you allow anywhere up to a year to find that right person. Now, here we were sitting with, a fantastic technology platform that we needed to rebrand quickly. We needed to put in a demand generation engine, get the new brand out to market. And we couldn't wait a year, to have a chief marketing officer to go really help with that. So the choice was fairly obvious. We needed to come in with somebody as an interim CMO, while we executed that executive search. I would say, was it significantly different from the person we ended up putting in the role as a permanent solution? Not really, no, right? I would say the key thing was we needed somebody, one, with healthcare experience, because healthcare is a very unique market. It takes a long time to learn the vernacular, how things work, systems are complex. So healthcare experience was one. Two is we needed somebody with experience of brand building, right? Really, who knew what it took to actually just go out there from scratch, build a brand. And then three, we needed somebody who could build a marketing infrastructure to a high degree from the ground up. And the way we went about it, we first of all approached a number of agencies, right? And because there are quite a few agencies out there that offer fractional CMO services. So we approached those folks. And then in parallel, we sort of went out and trawled our network of, folks we knew in the healthcare industry. And because we're a private equity backed company, our private equity sponsor had a good network as well. So we actually trawled our network, and we found a very, very good candidate, Alan Gonsenhauser. He was actually recommended to us by somebody who was working on the actual sales side of the organization. And he ended up being a really great fit. One, because he had many years experience in healthcare, very well tenured, an experience specifically as a marketing leader who'd built brands and also marketing infrastructures from the ground up. And honestly, it's oftentimes hard to find somebody with both of those skills. You tend to find somebody who gravitates toward a brand or branding, or somebody who gravitates more towards, a demand generation, building a demand generation engine. And the other thing we liked about Alan, which is the icing on the cake, he'd actually been an analyst at a couple of well-respected analyst firms, Sirius Decisions and Forrester. So he really understood the market, the players, the businesses, and that was the icing on the cake that I really think, sealed our relationship with Alan. Well, he actually hit the ground running, and the first thing he did was obviously laid out all the groundwork for building the new FinThrive brand, and that was, okay, let's talk about who we are, what our messaging is to our target persona, our target to customers, as it were. So we started repositioning the brand, and then realized we needed to create an interim website, even under the FinThrive name, to have, a better, at least an interim brand identity or property while we went through the renaming exercise. So, he worked hard, he and the team worked hard on putting together, website, new collaterals, new messaging, etc., all for this interim phase, gathering customer testimonials, and then building the sort of integrating solution message across a very rich and diverse product line. And so that was all on the branding side. And then he led the team putting in a new marketing technology stack, as the underpinnings of the demand generation engine, and obviously led the marketing organization as a whole, and started bringing in the new talent to sort of really bolster up the organization. So he had quite a big job on his hands during that interim period.
So Alan, let's get your perspective. What are some of the accomplishments that stand out for you while you were FinThrive's interim CMO?
It was really a frenetic time because private equity has high expectations, and it was fun. But there were four things that really stand out. So the first is I assessed the marketing team and infrastructure, what the strengths were and what gaps there were to fill. That was really important to do. Secondly, I brought in a lot of vendor resources to begin to fill the gaps in the demand process, public relations, branding, the Martech stack, and customer testimonials. Third, I created a 3-year financial model and plan to build the required marketing infrastructure over time and the marketing organization, and also obtained approval from the CFO. So there was a plan that was ready when Cheryl came in to build her staff and infrastructure. And the fourth thing is I also positioned with the staff an interim brand to better explain the business we were in and our value proposition, and began the process of rebranding from FinThrive to FinThrive.